Think you're a visual learner? Doomed to flop without pictures, or non-stop YouTube binges are the only way you'll get it? Or perhaps you're one of those superstars who's an auditory learner, who subscribe to a million podcasts and turns their nose up at those book people. Want to hear the best news of your life? It's all bullshit. Yep, I said it. And if you've been in my circle a while, you'll know this is something I get on my soapbox about regularly. It's like the worst peddled faux science because it blocks well-meaning people from expanding their intelligence. Bet you didn't know it was cooked up by educators in the 70s, like the Duns, who thought everyone had a fixed learning style. Spoiler, it's bunk, with zero science to back it up. Now, the British Psychological Society has been shouting this from the rooftop since 2004, calling it a neuromyth, after tearing apart 71 learning style models and not a single one held up. Now, research consistently shows matching teaching to your so-called learning style, whether it's visual, auditory, kinaesthetic, it doesn't boost learning. So let's get real for a mo. Even your common sense should have told you that this concept was ludicrous. Looking back on your own life, there will have been times where you've been transfixed on learning through all the different mediums. Now, don't get me wrong, if you're someone like me who's always had an advanced reading age, so when I was around 9, I had the reading age of a 15-year-old whose eyes end up consuming information faster than my brain can keep up. And you may need to do something to forcibly slow things down. So armed with highlighters, a journal, and copious amounts of sticky notes, just so you can retain the information, but you can still do it. And as an aside, before you get all, whoa, this lass is a bit full of herself, time to balance out the intelligence curve and level with you. My math ability at 41 matches that of a 5-year-old, and FYI, dyscalculia can be a real bitch sometimes. Anyway, back to what matters. If learning styles are faux science conjured up by some educators with zero scientific background, what the devil should you be doing? Ready for the revelation of a lifetime? Well, the content itself should shape how it's taught, plus your desire to learn and whether you're vibing with the process are what matter. Yep, mind blown, right? So it's such an astounding concept. Maybe I should say it again for all those teachers in the back who refuse to get the lesson and are currently forcing our kids into little boxes, convincing them they'll never be able to understand something unless it's presented in a certain way. So, in plain English, the subject matter of what you're teaching should decide what medium is used, whether auditory, visual, or textual. The only thing that will determine whether the child or adult is able to comprehend the information, thereby use it successfully, is their desire to learn the thing being taught and your personal approach. In a nutshell, if you're a shitty teacher, no amount of pictures is going to get that kid to pay attention. Or if they hate what they're being taught, you could be the best teacher in the world and they'll still prefer to stare outside the window, daydreaming about escaping the school-based prison they're trapped in. And if you're experimenting with adulting and you're trying to learn something, then you've got to want to do it. If you're being forced, you'll resent it and it will go to the back of the queue. You'll also need to shop around, not for different learning styles, just to find someone you enjoy learning from. Also, save yourself some time and skip those non-scientific quizzes labeling you as an XXX learner. They're about as useful as the crazy cat lady around the corner predicting the end of the world, but way less entertaining. Here's how to crush it no matter what you're learning, and if you've got a case of anxiety around the subject, that's absolutely going to be an info blocker. So why not give these things a go to get you in the intelligence boosting groove? Number 1, be present. Now, if you're learning something new and you've struggled to get the info in the past, make sure you ditch all distractions and give yourself just 10 focused minutes. It beats 30 minutes of half-hearted scrolling, calming your mind and boosts retention. Over time, work up to 25 minutes and follow the Pomodoro technique. It's fantastic at working with your brain's natural rhythm, and you'll be amazed at how you seem to get more done in way less time. Number 2, take handwritten notes. I know, you've got the latest tech and you want to show it off, but your brain will not thank you for it. Research consistently shows that scribbling triggers brain magic. Not only does it focus your logical brain, it also gets the juices flowing in your creative faculties. Your entire brain working in tandem, busting out all the awesome in the same way Kylie Minogue and Jason Donovan did back in 1988. It also significantly improves your recall over typing, and learning something is pointless if you forget it. Plus, it helps you feel grounded, seamlessly soothing your anxiety. Number 2, repeat exposure. Heard the tip about revisiting what you learnt the day before the next day? Well, that's absolutely something which will have you increasing your ability to understand what you learnt. But also, studies show doing this multiple times is even better. Each pass deepens understanding, quietly reducing stress about getting it. Number 3, get creative with what you learn. If you're learning something new or something complicated, which you absolutely need to use and don't necessarily have oodles of time to do it, mind maps and simple flowcharts can help you organize the information into something your brain understands and quickly recall what you need at a later date. As an added tip, if what you need is to recall something that you're going to use a few times, it's an excuse to fall back in love with your laminator. Now, there's no need to stress that you'll be unable to remember what you need because it's always easily accessible and takes minutes to review. Mind maps and flowcharts are a win-win. And number 4, celebrate like you won the lottery. Now, once you've finished your dedicated time to learn, take the opportunity to celebrate that you did it. I know this sounds super goofy, but it's the one thing that's going to help wire your brain to keep it coming back for more. It's the easiest way to fuel your much needed dopamine without requiring a trip to a shady back alley while checking over your shoulder that the cops ain't around the corner. Now, whether you enjoy cake, catch up on the latest show, or spend some time pampering yourself, it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is that you do it. Pumping yourself full of dopamine also helps to reduce cortisol, easing anxiety through the back door. Forget fake learning styles. You're wired to learn when motivated and engaged. Use these safe tricks to soak up knowledge and keep anxiety at bay. No faux science label needed. P.S. I used to stare at to-do lists longer than the Vatican archives, but the techniques in Happiness X Lab changed that. Get my walkthrough video and worksheets combining the enhanced Pomodoro technique with a couple of slick underground hacks to organize your life and smash your goals. Check out the video, the easiest way to achieve your goals, and kiss overwhelm goodbye. Join